I've been playing on this Minecraft world for almost 1500 hours. When we started this world, I was a bit of a Minecraft noob. I was not a good builder, I was not a good redstoner, so a lot of what you might see in this world is not exactly pro stuff. But for the past year and a half, I've been documenting everything that's been going on this server. We're gonna go through my favorite build on each episode of the Cube Stuff channel. And hopefully I'll prove that I've gotten better at building. And geez, I think it is understated how much time YouTubers spend waiting for the right conditions to record in their Minecraft world. You know, whenever it's raining, the bitrate becomes terrible. Whenever it's nighttime, the bitrate goes down and becomes all bad and stuff. I think that's one of the most surprising things as these videos have gone on. You know, trying to record when it's not raining and when it's daytime takes a lot of time. It rains so much in this game. Let's get into the recap, otherwise this video is gonna take forever. And so before we get into the top builds of each episode, I wanted to share the spawn area because this area was built before any of the episodes came out. And when I started, at least, I was not very good at building, so I want to show you a couple things that I built at the start of the world so that you have some context to how much I think at least I've improved as the videos have gone on. But we can start here where everything is kind of bad. Not really, it's great. This is the starter house, which I built with my friends Danny and Grant. Grant still pops on once in a while to build a rock. I think, yeah, like every 6 months a new rock will pop up. It's festive Christmas time, so we got all the present chests. I love that. And I know it might not look like much, but this was the humble beginnings to our world. But next to the starter base, I think we're already starting to see a little bit of improvement here. It may not look like much, but this is my first kind of attempt at a more organic type structure here. We got this watchtower, and on top it's just covered with cobblestone. So yeah, we're still in the early days here. And then the next build, this is a villager hall. I don't think there's much improvement here. And the last building here is this one, and this is kind of my first attempt at a bigger build in the world. And if you notice, kind of used a little bit of a gradient. Oh, can I talk about continuity for a minute? I think I talk about like one mod every video, like to showcase one. Continuity, new mod I'm using. I wanted to use it for the connected glass, but I find that it does these things like connects the paths of these natural blocks to the grass and stuff like that. It also does things like here you can see a lot of the blocks are blending. That's really cool. I think that's awesome. But as I was saying, you know, we start to kind of get a gradient here, and it's not the greatest gradient in the world. It kind of sucks, to be honest. I kind of think this building looks like a cyclops with a sombrero. But yeah, it's my first attempt at a little wizard tower here. Also, these paths are new. I like this path. New Gabe, much better at terraforming. I mean, come on, look at this tree. New Gabe built that tree. Old Gabe built big tower. New Gabe built tree. Cube world, good. Cube world, good. Okay, I think that's enough context. Let's get into my favorite build from the first episode. And we're starting off with the first build we ever made in this world. This is the bunny murder house. Oh my gosh, this brings back memories. Killed 1,000 bunnies in here and got a lot of stuff from that. I think there's a couple of survivors. These guys were all babies when we did the thing, and so I left them, I spared them. Now they're adults, so I have to revisit that at some point. But yeah, this is a little villa built in the desert, in the industrial zone. It's right here, and it's just kind of built. As I was waiting for the bunnies to grow up, I gathered materials from the nearby mesa, and more than anything, I really like the shape of this build if you ignore the bamboo. We've got a circular roof, we got a slanted roof, we got a little tower in the back. This thing's got everything. And I don't think it's up to snuff as far as detailing goes with like how the pros do it, but the shape itself is very nice. All right, episode 2 is worst turtle farm. Oh, we built that ugly drown farm. Don't worry, that's not the thing that I'm most proud of. But here we have the turtle farm. Many turtles died in the making of that video. Still making eggs, I see. The turtles are working hard. It's a very humane farm, actually, because when the turtles get tired, they can just walk right through this portal and enter the retirement home. Very nice, so beautiful. And this is my favorite thing I built in episode 2, the worst turtle farm, because I mean the turtles just kind of hang out, they chill. We make more turtles, the old ones retire. That guy's trapped. He's obviously on his way out, but the rest of them enjoying the warmth. We got a nice little tree here, and you know, this is kind of an early attempt at trying to terraform something, even though yeah, it's not much. Not too many good builds in episode 2. Let's move on. Episode 3, the copper update. Ow, new blocks, fields of copper. I remember that one because I collected all the copper variants, and there were a lot of them, and now there's even more. But what we also built in that episode was this house with the tough bricks, and this is actually one of the things I am most proud of building this year. Compared to the buildings at spawn, the level of detail and block palette, everything just looks so good. And one thing I definitely want to highlight, and no pun intended, is the forced lighting. Towards the center, we have brighter objects towards the light sources, and then as we go towards the corners, the shadows are a little bit darker, and I think that looks really good. It turned out really well, and I'm looking forward to building like this on a larger scale. And episode 4 was a big one because we built this monstrosity, the box. And this I was super excited to get built because I was going to collect every single item in the game for the storage system here, and we're still doing that. It's a work in progress, but what I'm most proud of building in that episode was this machine right here. You see, up here we have a bamboo farm, and all the items on this bamboo farm go into this automatic crafting system down here, which crafts every single item that can be made from just bamboo. Let's do an experiment here. If I take out some of these chests, we should be able to come down and see those start to be replenished from this crafter here. And as this crafter starts to run out of items, what we should hopefully see is now it's getting refilled from the droppers up there. Kind of inspired by Tango's system in Hermitcraft Season 10, was it? But it's my own take, I designed it myself, and I'm super proud with how it turned out. But oh boy, let's jump into episode 5 now. And in this episode, the Enderdragon attacked the box and did a lot of damage. And so I decided to experiment with glass panes as particles. This helped a lot at helping me texture things and get better at like physics kind of stuff. Movement, I guess you could say. And of course we have these kind of purple ray shields which are keeping the atmosphere in, except, you know, there's a door right there, but don't worry about that. But now we can finally return to the overworld and talk about this, the rocky beachfront. I'm so happy with the progress I've made learning how to terraform this year. I think it turned out really well. You know, we have kind of this acacia biome, coarse dirt, moss, rocks everywhere, and a sandy beach right here. We built this in the episode Terraforming a Rocky Beachfront, as the name would suggest. Man, I'm so good at naming things, so specific. And yep, super happy with that beachfront. You'll see it kind of returns a little bit in a future build. But before that, the next episode we did was building an enormous iron farm for no reason. So here we are in the second industrial district where we have the broken raid farm. So sad. I missed you, raid farm. Then there's a guardian farm over there. And right in the center is the iron farm. I'm out of rockets. This was just fun because of how massive this thing is and also how much iron it produces. It's not producing any right now because the villagers have to go to sleep. If you want to see this farm at max capacity, watch the video. But after that video, I was like, wow, we just did something really technical. Wouldn't it be nice to do something a little more relaxing? And so I went on a quest to collect all the music discs. And we're getting pretty close to present day now, so hopefully you're noticing that the builds have improved quite a bit. And we're going to check out another little bit of terraforming right now, still in a similar style, still in a similar style to the rocky beachfront. So now we arrive back at spawn for the episode Music Discs and Mayhem. Kind of inspired by the rocky beachfront, we built this pier and this amazing view. And so this build was significant because I used a new technique, which was to kind of capture this picture here from this exact point of view, come up with what I wanted this build to look like. And you see I've chosen this path leading up and leading your eye towards the tower in the back. And since then, Grant has built some rocks in the way. You know, it never really works out. It's a multiplayer server. What are you gonna do about that? And check this out. We got another gradient, and come on. That was me doing a gradient a year ago, and this is me doing a gradient now. I think this one looks a lot better. And that brings us to the final build of 2025, or almost the final build, because there is one that hasn't been in a video yet that I want to show you. But we've been doing a lot of exteriors and a lot of terraforming, so this one is a little different. Whoop! This is a library. This is the Enchanting Room. I can't believe I went a year and a half without having an Enchanting Room. We got a great view of Jordan's Japanese style house, although it's floating right now, so come on, Jordan, get on. This is the Enchanting Room. It's nice, it's cozy, it fits well, nice architecture. And you'll notice that none of these builds, besides maybe the box, are things that are gigantic structures. They're all little. Each of these were kind of an experiment on something new, interiors, texturing, terraforming, gradients, at scales that I could experiment with and I wouldn't be too scared to dig up and try again. But now that I have the bases for some of these under my belt, I'm really excited to expand on them next year. And one of the things that's gonna be in the next video, that's kind of a test to see if I'm improving, is another terraforming project. This one right here. This is all a custom swamp, and if you want to see how he built this and the full adventure in capturing frogs and stuff, that video will be out very soon. But just a sneak peek at the marshes. Man, they should have had me design the swamps for this game, because this thing is absolutely beautiful, and I'm super excited to share more of this with you in the video. I'm holding the bamboo, look at that. Guys, those are my favorite builds from the survival series so far. I hope that you can see a bit of a change from the earlier builds to the later ones. And besides that, that's gonna wrap up 2025. It's been a great year for the Minecraft world, and next year should be even better. So if you want to follow on this Minecraft journey, I've got a lot of stuff planned, and I'm looking forward to the next year. Goodbye.